Hi, this is Natalie Rydstrom from SBR Picks. Everton and Crystal Palace meet on Sunday at Goodison Park. Everton are one of the highest goal-scoring teams in the Premier League this season, and with the Eagles' leaky defence, I'm expecting goals. But enough of what I think. Let's see what William Hill's in-play radio host Lee Phelps believes where the money lies. Lee, thanks for being here today.
No problem. I think pretty much the same as you, by the way. So
Yeah, good. Well, that was my question here. Is this going to be a high-scoring game?
yeah, I think so. Everton defensively have looked a little bit suspect, haven't they, this season? Although the last game they put that right, of course, and looked very good. Won 2-0 against West Brom. Could have been more. Could have conceded, actually. Another high-scoring game is in the offing. Lukaku gets on the score sheet. I think they're a very good side. Naismith missed an absolute sitter. The one thing to think about in this game, of course, is that Everton are playing on Thursday night in the Europa League. So they've got to play on Thursday, then back it up on at the weekend. It's difficult. It's something they'll have to learn. But I think they're a fit team, and I think that they'll get over that. I don't think it'll be the end of the world for them, to be honest with you. And luckily for them, they're playing Crystal Palace, who Burnley are the favourites to go down, and overwhelming favourites to go down. They couldn't even beat Burnley, and Burnley could have won that game. They both could have won it actually, but Burnley, they had a penalty, missed a penalty. I see Palace coming away from Goodison with nothing here. They might benefit from Everton, being a little bit jaded. And if you're looking at this game in play, and Everton have wrapped the game up, say 2-0, and you're getting up to the 65, 70-minute mark, I wouldn't be backing any more goals then. I'd be expecting substitutions and Everton just to contain the game and see the game out at around 2-0. But I'm going to go for a higher score than that. I'm going to go for Everton to win it with more goals. And Everton at over 2.5 looks a good bet because I don't think Palace can cope with the strength and the drive of Everton, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I've got a few bets here that centre around, obviously, there being a lot of goals in this match. The first is obviously the obvious, the over 2.5 goals is a straight bet. That's priced at 1.8. The next one is a risky, but both halves going over 1.5 goals. That gives you odds of 4.8. And then obviously combining the Everton win with the over 2.5 goals, which you mentioned there, priced at 2.1. Or the over 3.5 goals, and that's priced at 3.6, or simply Everton to score themselves over 2.5 goals, and that's priced at 2.75, especially if you think that Everton will keep a clean sheet. Or do any of those that I've just mentioned stand out to you?
Both halves to be over 1.5 goals interests me, because I think Everton will score 2 in the first half. Now, what could happen is they could score early in the second half, and then go off the boil a little bit because of a little bit of fatigue setting in from the Europa League game, and then Palace maybe get one back. So I don't mind that at all. That sounds like a good way in, especially maybe it'd be worth looking at. I might look at next time we chat, Natalie. I'll have a look at some of the teams who come back out of Europa League football and see what their second half performances are like. Because often they do start to feel it in their legs a little bit afterwards. More when you've got an away game, admittedly, but be an interesting stat to look at that. I like a lot of those that you mentioned, though. I think Everton will score over 2.5 goals as well.
Yeah.
I think Lukaku's fantastic, and if you're not a top defender, he's going to cause you nightmares. And even if Lukaku misses, Naismith is usually on hand to just grab the leftovers, if you like, and just stick it in the back of the net. He missed a sitter in the last game, but that's the first time he's missed. Every shot he's had previously in the Premier League this season, he's scored with. So Naismith's often a little bit bigger a price than Lukaku as well. So Lukaku's you can back 2 players to score at any time. So Lukaku and Naismith to score at any time would be a bet that I like. But Everton just too powerful for Crystal Palace in my book. But yeah, I think those two that you mentioned, the over 1.5 in both halves, and the Everton to score over 2.5 goals, or Everton to win and over 2.5 goals, whichever one of those is the best price, would probably be the one I'd go for.
All right, nice one. And are they centering around your top tip here, or do you have the one top tip that you would suggest for our viewers right now?
No, I'd be more than happy with those. I think it's a safe way in. I mean, regular viewers will know that I'm not the biggest fan of Crystal Palace, and I think when they play any of the top 6 teams, I think they'll come a cropper. I think they'll have a hard afternoon here. As hard as they try and make it for Everton, I think Everton will get after them. So my bet that I was looking at beforehand was Everton to win at over 2.5. So I'll stick with that, but I wouldn't put anyone off those bets that you mentioned.
All right, so basically lean towards the Everton win and lean towards goals. Lee Phelps, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
The SBR network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns. big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.